We are very privileged, Zulkifil, to have you on the Geospatial FM podcast all the way from Islamabad in Pakistan. This podcast is all about going around the world episode by episode, so you're really helping us here.
Thank you very much for your invitation and for your time and inviting me to share my story. And I really appreciate your invitation.
Perfect. So you are co-founder of Seerab Technologies. This is all about stories. We've planned out 3 of them, and they're around awards that you have won for the Seerab Maps product. So tell us about winning the Pasha ICT Award in 2018 for Seerab Maps about real estate.
Yeah, this is a story a problem I myself faced when I invested in the real estate in 2008. In 2008, when I've gone through the process of investing in the real estate, then going through the process, I've seen that there is no visibility that what lot you are buying, and everything is on paper or in the minds. So I bought a lot, and at that time I've tried that we should build something to solve the problem so one can see the situation. So but that time when we looked around the technology, it was very expensive and very difficult. In 2016 we started a company with my founder. He approached me that you should have a lot of experience, let's start it. So your experience, people can get benefit. So we started company Seerab Technologies, and at that time, to showcase the expertise of the company, we had that problem. We said, let's solve it. Now revisit it. So we revisited, there was technology available, everything, and we developed Seerab maps. We shared with friends, and everybody got interested, and it was solving whole problem that you can see now, and you can analyze on site, you can analyze. So we've got traction, and we start building it. Then in 2018 every year there is national ICT awards. The founder, he applied for the Pasha ICT award, and in Pasha ICT Award 2018, we won in the real estate, that Seerab Maps Best Innovation in Real Estate. And I've seen that the application we just started to help people, it really disrupted the real estate in Pakistan and helped a lot people saving money in ROI and creating a lot of jobs. So it was very good outcome of this. And we've seen that people working in the real estate, they were very happy. When we started company, we at that time startups was just starting in Pakistan, and there was first NIC was developed in Islamabad. And
what is NIC?
National Incubation Center, Islamabad. So they were asking for application for startups, and we applied there, and we pitched our idea.
I wanted to say, Zulkifil, I remember when we were initially discussing this, you talked about when you bought some land that there was a big hole in the ground that wasn't clear in the documentation about the land you were going to buy. And your point was that the solution helped users to see those sorts of problems before they committed to a purchase.
Yeah. When we bought that plot, because at that time there was no map and nothing, so we've just bought it on the paper map. And paper map was just showing the lot name, number, and the street name and the size. So when after 2-3 years in 2012, it developed the area, everything, and we've gone there and we've seen it was 30 feet, a deep hole. That lot we've got.
That's extremely deep. That's 10
Yeah,
meters.
yeah. And because we invested that, we've got good ROI. And then we've seen that nobody want to buy that plot because it was a deep hole and it is very difficult to build house on it and everything.
So does
So
Seerab maps then have layers about the terrain, satellite imagery? What kind of layers do users see?
yeah, we have what we've done, all technologies are available at that time. We've just added the layer of the housing society's master plans, that how that area will be developed, what is the amenities and everything. And we add the context of the geospatial, what is the expertise, our expertise was. So we added geospatial, we've developed that geospatial maps, and now these maps are providing you whole information about the location analysis, the development. You can even on the map, you can analyze then on ground. You can go and you can visit the area. You can see that what kind of terrain is and what are the location is, and you can get and analyze that. We have the base layers here: Google Maps, satellite, Google Terrain, hybrid. Uh, Mainly, these are the familiar things. People already know using Google Maps and their base maps, so they are familiar with all these things, easy to understand. We've added this. This is the housing master plan that we added the layer overlaid. So now this master plan is providing you the geospatial context. Without geospatial context, you can see that there is a lot number, there is a street, and all this information is. So with now this map, you can analyze everything about location, that you can see the roads, the area where it is located, how it is connected with the city, so which city is closest. All this information is available here.
That's a very large development compared to the size of that city center nearby.
Yeah, yeah. This is the industrial estate which is developing nearby a city on the motorway.
Okay, that's an industrial estate.
Yeah.
Master plan, not a residential one.
No, yes, that's the industrial estate. So
okay.
with satellite imagery, you can see that the development of the area, that how the area is developed, and with the transparency, you can see the underneath. We have a lot of problems in the housing and real estate. We were having that in some places. Uh, you have the master plan, but you don't have that area for the lots, and that's not cleared, or the society, the housing project owner don't own that area. So to see all these things, that what is developed, what is not developed, all these factors affect the price of the lot, that if there are roads or not, if there is some constructions going on. So you can analyze it sitting here, and it is now easy for the real estate guys. They can sell it by showing the buyer that this is the area, this is the whole scheme, this is the master plan, this is the development work, and what you are going to buy. So it's all this information was not available, so it was very difficult to work in the real estate. We have sorted out everything, so everybody was doing the real estate business easily.
Sure. So my eye is drawn to this flashing red dot. What is that?
This is just for the advertisement that if somebody want to advertise that we can show, or this is we are showing our products video, intro
Okay,
video.
it's a function in the platform to put advertisements on the map. I've got it. Cool.
Yeah.
So this is great. It brings up a lot of questions about data and comparisons, between what the listener has at their disposal in their country for the kinds of data sets they would want to put on a map or in an app like this, and what you guys have in Pakistan. I guess a trend, over the past decade has been the emergence of open data portals maintained by local, state, national governments. Are there open data portals in Pakistan that might provide property boundaries, constraints layers for developments like environmental data sets, habitat data sets, and then infrastructure like power lines, roads, that you could add to an app like this?
No, the main problem on our side is that there is no open data policy. It's very difficult to get data, and that's why all these problems were there. So what we've done, we are expertise in geospatial. We've developed all this data. We first gathered all data from different sources, and then we develop these maps. So it's very difficult here.
Yep. Okay, no, that's interesting, an interesting contrast. And this is all about discovering around the world what the conditions are for doing geospatial. So
yeah,
nice.
This is completely opposite. You will find here finding data and getting data is very difficult.
Right. Okay. And that then brings up the issue of, who in Pakistan in government or in a leadership position of influence might be someone that could have discussions with to solve these sorts of problems. But yeah, nice to have a report from the field about the state of things there. Okay. So do you guys now have a set of customers in real estate and property developers around the country, or how's it going in selling this product?
Yeah, we have freemium and premium, two subscriptions model for it. On our website, there are freemium with limited access, and there is a premium services that people or the real estate agents they buy, or anybody who want to buy a property and want to analyze, they got the subscriptions. Then there are services, mapping services for different developers. We provide them that we develop their maps, WebGIS maps. So in consultancies and subscriptions, we are providing.
Yep. Okay. All right. So this was an award from 2018, and Seerab Technologies continues as a viable business. So it looks like this has been a profitable product for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So there was another award that you won, also 2018, the Uber Pitch competition. Could you tell us the story of that?
Yeah. Uber in 2018, they've started supporting the startups. So they developed a program to train the develop about their pitch deck. So we were selected in the Uber pitch, and then we've got through the whole training, and afterward they have the competition. So in competition, we won the Uber pitch from Islamabad because it was from different cities. So we got Islamabad when we were Islamabad winners.
Amazing. So that was also using Seerab Maps?
Yes, it's all about Seerab Map. There is an interesting story that in 2016, we've gone when in Pakistan around 2016 startup ecosystem getting start building. That first NIC was developed in around 2016, 2017. So we got there, we applied there for their first cohort, and we pitched our idea of Seerab maps, but they refused that it is not possible that somebody will buy property with your maps. So we were not selected. So when we got the Uber pitch, so the same people who said that this is not possible, they presented award to us. So this was the main idea and things that in startup, everybody cannot understand the things. So one should work on their ideas, and eventually, if you work, you will get succeed.
Okay, I really like that. That's the ultimate victory, to have the person who said it was unviable turn around and give you the award. But there's an important message there, I feel, that you learnt a skill of informing the public or regular folk, such that their initial intuitive response, they changed their opinion. How did you learn to tell a better story, or really to make that pitch? What are some key takeaways for those who were listening to improve their own pitches?
What I've learned, what I did is in mostly, I try to make MVP first, and I try to show that what it can do for you, how it can solve your problem. So that thing make your pitch better. And if the people, what is very important in that, the people in front of you, what their background is, because you have to relate to them to show that thing. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understand people that what problem you're solving and uh, what will be the future of that product.
Okay, I like that advice. I suppose if you express your idea in terms that the audience already understands, so using examples from their industry, then they can more easily estimate the return on investment of what's in front of them. Is that a way to put it?
Yeah. One thing what I've learned in this startup that it's very important that when you share your idea with people, that what is their background, because when we've pitched to that there in the NIC, what I've seen and analyzed that they all are from the IT background. They don't know the pain of the real estate business and everything. That's why they could not see it that. But when we were focused on that, when we shared all this with the real estate guys, there we've got a lot of direction that they've said yes, we were looking for this kind of solution.
Okay, so the issue was that you were pitching or initially trying to sell someone on the idea who wasn't from real estate. Yeah, okay, all right. And the other message was to have a minimum viable product so that people don't rely on their imagination. They've got something in front of them that's a bit tactile that helps them really understand what it does.
Yeah, I believe that mostly people are blind. You have to give them eyes. You have to show them that how this, everybody cannot imagine what you are saying.
Yeah, got you. Okay, yeah, great to have some advice from someone in Islamabad about how to win a Uber pitch competition. This is great. Okay, so there was another Pasha ICT award, this time in 2019, that you won for the Seerab Umrah Hajj maps. Tell us the story of this.
In Islam, we have 5 pillars, and our 5th pillar is Hajj. Hajj is in one's lifetime, a Muslim should go to the Saudi Arabia, specifically into Mecca, and perform Hajj. It's about 5 days you have to live there, and there are different rituals you have to perform. And it is the biggest gathering in the world. You have to walk in 5 days, 35 kilometers. And as it is biggest gathering, so there is a lot of hustle bustles there, and as you have to walk, and in this ritual, everybody in 2025 there was 2 million people, and in this activity, 2 million people perform everything as a unity at a one time. And this activity is location and time bound. There are certain limitations that you have to stay in an area for a few hours, then you have to leave it. This is the Hajj map. This is the Al Haram Mosque. You have to go out from here and you come and you stay here. And all this is mostly by walk. There are train, but few people get that. And there are vehicles, but very slow because of the a lot of people's there. And first you come and stay in the Mena region, then you walk and you come, and this is the Arfat. This is the main ground that where Hajj. That's is very important. You should be here from noon to sunset.
So is this where people go on the 5th day after? So they basically start in the northwest and gradually move each day to the southeast to that final area where your mouse is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And after sunset, then you have to go back here, and here is the area you have to come back here. You have to spend night there in open sky. There are different limitations that you have to do it in these 5 days. You do not cut your nails. You do not wear the fragrance. You have the 2 clothes, white clothes, and then you come back to the MENA region. So there are boundaries that you should know that where are the borders, because you have to be in this area on that day or on that time.
Wow.
Otherwise, your Hajj will not be performed.
Okay, because there's rules for completing. Yep. Wow.
Yeah. And then what we've done, there is a Hajj plan every year. All these were paper maps and used by the Saudi government, and currently also used by the Saudi government, that there are scouts, they have their paper maps and they guide there. So we complete a concrete solution. We've overlay, mash up every map here, so one can get easily see that. The other problem here is that all amenities, all camps, everything, they have white color and they are similar ways. If you go out from your tent and you walk away, you go for food, anything, you come back, you cannot identify that where was your camp. So we provided in this application that you can find your camp, you can share it with your friends.
Okay, so those are bookmarks that take you. Okay, yep.
Yeah, the bookmarks, you can find that, you can see your location. As you have to walk, you can check the distance, that how much distance is left. So you can bookmark your locations. So these are the basic things that were needed one person to go around and to have the information of the area. The
Right.
other thing is that mostly people come from the foreign lands. People, Muslim from around the world, go to Mecca to perform Hajj. So their language is foreign. They don't know the area. So all these problems create more problem that uh, it make difficult for one to perform the Hajj. Even
Yeah,
Saudi
I mean,
government is doing a lot of efforts, but because it is largest gathering, so there are a lot of things that need to be done.
yeah, necessarily. I mean, a gathering of 2 million people in a relatively confined space, and as you pointed out, being new to the country, there's a huge scope for people getting lost, for people walking against the crowd. And again, as a foreigner, as a Westerner, some of the things that have come up in the news related to this, were people being trampled, unfortunately, because they got in front of a crowd. So there's huge scope, as you said, for doing good via geospatial in this situation. So you've begun to solve the navigation issues, situational awareness issues that people have with this app. And it's definitely a step forward compared to your friend walking around with the paper map.
Yeah. In 40 days, we've developed the prototype and we shared with people. And at that time, we didn't know that every year Saudi government changed the plan. So one day before, uh, we've got the information that whole maps are changed. So in overnight, we've changed everything because it's a great responsibility. But if 10 people, they will go opposite to the crowd, then there's a huge problem there, and they that will create a lot of problem there. People can die there because that is you can say a lot of people, they are coming towards you, and if you want to go opposite, you cannot do that.
Yeah. And also it can be very, very hot. And so if you're lost, the consequences, can be severe if you're dehydrated. Yeah. Okay. So clearly, there are some big problems to solve and a lot of help that you can offer through this solution. So yeah, great to see your efforts, Zulkifil. It also makes me wonder if the Saudi government has their own web map or mobile application to do the same thing to help people navigate the Hajj.
Yeah, they have uh, uh, what is what I believe that don't uh, create new apps or new solutions. If there is already available, don't reinvent the wheel. So we've analyzed everything that there was no concrete solution. That's why the problem is that when you go into detail in any problem, that Saudi government, they know the Arabic language, they are the native, they are living there. Mostly people coming from Pakistan, the top is Indonesia, then Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. So they don't know the problem. They cannot understand. Issue is
Right.
that they are not understanding the problem that we have. Uh, the mostly people from these in Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh, they are elderly people. They go to Hajj. They are young people not going. So elderly
With
people
you.
are there, so they have health issues and everything, and they are not that much educated. So a lot of things that need to be catered. So they are not understanding our situation. That's why they could not develop a solution for this. So
Okay.
you have to solve your own problem yourself. So that's why
Yeah.
we started this.
But the same message is coming through from the beginning of this recording with you, that you need to talk with those who have the problems. Don't assume you can make progress with an understanding from, for example, property developers or real estate agents. You sat down with them and understood what their issues were. You created an application, and it's led to profit and success for Seerab Technologies. The same message is here, that yes, it seems like the Saudi government have tried to create some sort of app or web application, but maybe it's produced with Saudi Arabians in mind and not with Pakistanis in mind, or Bangladeshis or Indonesians. So I think that's a really important message from this episode with you, Zulkifil, that you need to do the basic thing, which is to sit down and talk about the issues that your proposed audience or customers are facing.
Yeah, well, I want to add one thing here for other people, that what I've learned, that there is what I called it, there is two mindset. One is the developer mindset. Mostly developer in our field, they just try to develop an app. Nobody need your app. Everybody wants solution to their problem. Try to solve the problem. When I talk to different developers, I said, be a problem solver, not a developer. When you are a problem solver, you know you have the coding skills, you will be, and your app, people will use your app. Nobody loves you. They love that you have solved their problem. So this is one advice that
I love this message, Zulkifil. So yeah, in a tour through some awards that you have won, and it's nice to know that Uber even was involved in trying to encourage an app economy, as it were, in Islamabad and more broadly around Pakistan. So that's something actually that a more Western audience can connect with. So through these stories about these 3 awards that you've won, it's been really nice to get some advice from you, all the way from Pakistan, about how geospatial is done, and also along the way to hear about the nature of data collection and some of the challenges there. It sounds like what is in the future possibly for Pakistan is a government open data portal. It'd be really nice to sort of track progress there, and see what the implications are for the viability of applications like Seerab Maps.
In Pakistan, all these awards, what I've seen that I've told before that there was not any business model for anything. Only purpose was to help people. And all applications, all solutions, what we focused on, that we have expertise and our country has problems. Let's give back to community, help people, because there is a lot of problem and government has a lot of issues. They cannot solve all problems. So you should have empathy for anything. And when you solve other problems and people get benefit, this recognition automatically you will get. It is a process that when you help people, you will get recognized.
This is a wonderful message, Zulkifil. I really appreciate it. I think that's a great way to conclude the episode. So yeah, once again, it's been a huge privilege. I'm so glad. Once again, this is a connection facilitated by LinkedIn. I love using LinkedIn just to set up these episodes. So and I'm glad that my reach has gone to Pakistan now as well. So yeah, I look forward to maintaining this connection.
Yeah, inshallah, we'll keep it. And thank you very much, and really appreciate your invitation and everything. Thank you very much.